Hey guys, welcome back. This is Lauren. I'm with Shari, and we actually have a special guest today, April. April, say hey.
Hey.
That's awesome. So this is our third podcast. Initially, we tried doing this every week, and then we're like, hey, let's do this every 2 weeks. And then we lied, and it's been like a month since the last one. So we apologize to our 3.5 listeners. We will try to get a little bit better at that.
Who's our half listener, though?
What was that?
Who's our half listener? Like,
I'm not sure.
do they have like half of a body, or like is it just the left side or the right side that was listening?
The half.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So last week we talked about how some celebrities, they like to sneak in the front door and not the back door to try to avoid their fans. So we had some good responses. We thought it was a good episode. So this week we're going to talk about how we met April. It was actually during a stalk. Actually, it was a really good stalk. Actually, it was a successful one. So we'll hear both sides of the story. We'll do a little back and forth, and then how our relationship has bloomed into something special. So, Shari, you want to go? You want to start us off on how our stalk. What our stalking evening was and how it went down?
Yeah, so yes, I can. And actually, so Jenna's with us too, since she was part of the experience. Jenna, do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we knew that the Sandman was coming with the Schneider, and we knew that it was going to be a playhouse. So we were like, well, that's going to be easy unless you're Chris Rock. And and that's from last episode, if anybody needs to that story. But we figured it would be easy, so I think we gathered in the usual spot back there. And then we kind of waited, and we didn't really see, I don't remember the exact details, but I know we didn't really see anything, so that's when we decided we needed to go to the other door. And there was like a bigger crowd over there at that side door, and I think his getaway vehicle was at that door too, if I remember correctly, or somebody's getaway vehicle was there. And then didn't they have like a bar set up or something, or I don't know.
Like we couldn't
like one
see.
Of those like little whatever barricade things.
Oh, the metal barricades.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they had that
I think
set
you're
up.
right. Like we knew there was like a vehicle there. We knew like people
Right.
were exiting, but we couldn't see it happening, or we didn't know if it was going to happen. I think that's
Right.
what our issue was.
Yeah, because we saw some vehicle, but I don't know. And then I know there were a lot more people that started coming around, and I know that I think when we saw April, I think she knew what we were doing. We knew what she was doing, and so
I didn't know that she was like gonna blow our cover.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times,
right,
people who are not educated on how to stalk
right.
blow our covers.
So it's like, do we all agree that we are trying to meet Adam Sandler, or do we just like tell her we're just enjoying a stroll through downtown Cleveland on a Tuesday night in 45-degree weather?
And then we did she approach us?
Yeah,
I approached you guys. Yeah, so I had gotten off work 2 hours early because I was working Adam Sandler's show, and I saw you guys waiting, and I was like, I know what they're doing. And I just straight up asked, are you guys trying to meet Adam Sandler? And you all agreed. You weren't too hesitant in answering. And then I said, okay, his show ends at 11 o'clock. I'm going to go move my car because I parked for it. I'll be right back. And you guys were like, okay. So then I moved my car and I came back, and I just joined you guys as if I had known you forever. And then I remember we all started talking about people we've met or shows we've gone to, and then we learned how we've all met so many of the same artists at the same venues and the same time, and it was just meant to be.
It was.
It was. And it was cool too, because usually when people approach us, like you said, we weren't hesitant, but like with others, we're like hesitant. So it's like,
You never know who you can really tell or be comfortable with when it comes to that. Yeah.
Right. So it worked out. So yeah, you did your thing. You came back. And at this point, I don't know if we knew that they left already or if they were going to leave. April, did you get some sort of inside, like,
I just knew the show was ending at 11 or something like that. I knew a specific time of when it was going to end. And I remember we found out that he had left through another door. And we weren't sure if we would believe it or not. But then one of the guys in security, I've known him since I was like 9 years old. And he was like, I'm not going to lie to you. He left. He's gone. So that's how I knew. So that's how I remember that.
Did we
I used my
overhear
hookup.
like somebody else? I'm sorry. Did we overhear somebody else? Like, because then we saw maybe like a small group of people just like scattering in their cars and like take off. So did we hear that they were at the hotel, or that we knew the hotel that they were going to?
Yeah,
My
I think
friend.
someone may have been at the other door and they saw another car leave, and it was by one of those back doors by like the smaller theaters. It's like behind the state where the buses are.
Okay.
So I think someone left. Yeah, so I think we did get insight from somebody else who had been at that other door.
Well, and I texted my friend, who I
It's
can't
pretty good.
say his name because I do not want him to get fired. But my friend who works at the hotel we met Adam at confirmed, because he does their VIP work. So he confirmed that Adam was staying at that hotel, and that's when we got all like secretive in a little circle, and
Right.
Lauren, he's staying there. My friend just confirmed it, and then we kind of like pulled you aside, April, and we were like, "Shh, don't tell anybody." Like, he's staying there. And then I remember we're just like, "Well, we're going," and then April, like, yeah, not knowing any of us, was just like, "Okay, let me go into this car with some random girls."
Yeah. This is like the perfect murder scenario.
Right.
It turned out like in
We
your
get to the car, we like take off our face, and we're like a monster.
we peel off our face, or did we have a mask on? Like,
Yeah.
In my head, I just thought, well, if I meet Adam Sandler, it's worth it if I'm kidnapped. Oh well, life is short.
Yeah, I could have the same initials as Adam Sandler. I just saw that pop up on the screen. AS.
Oh, you're right. Meant to be. Yeah, I remember when I got in the car with you guys, I thought, I'm so crazy. I just met these ladies, and I've known them for probably an hour and a half, and now I'm in the car with them going to some random hotel in hopes that I'll meet Adam Sandler. And then you guys were really nice, and you dropped me off at my car at the end of the night, and here we are.
and here we are. Everyone survived. So we get in the car and we go by the hotel, and at this point there was already a line, right? So there was like, I don't know, maybe 5 to 8 people who were already standing
eBayers. They
Group
made
of
their mating call.
people. The mating call.
The eBayers did there.
Oh yes, eBayers. And they had a barricade there, so I'm thinking they were probably prepared for this to happen, or they brought it out after.
Away.
What was that?
Barricade gave it away, so that's how we knew there was a possibility that we could meet him.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
then it was like, where do we park? How do we park? Where do we go? So I think I looped around a couple times, because in Cleveland it's like you can't park here because you don't know if it's like a tow zone or.
Right.
So it was kind of creepy, but then we realized there were people parking there anyways. So we ended up going a couple blocks away, right? Is it or a block or two?
Yeah.
It was a street or two away from the hotel.
Yeah.
We did. We found a spot, and I'm like, oh, this is the perfect spot. Let me just pull my brand new car in between like 2 vehicles. And so like when they say like women drivers, like at this point I was like literally like a woman driver.
Breaking in the new vehicle.
I was so nervous because normally I don't parallel park with like people in the car, Not to mention we have like
Parallel park
somebody
at all.
new in the car. I gotta like impress, right? Stranger danger. So needless to say, I panicked and I don't know, like I hopped a curb or something. I don't even know what I did. But I scraped the whole bottom of my brand new car up. Not
Well, I
fun.
think you got shaky balls because we drove by the Ritz. we drove by the Ritz and we saw everybody standing out there. So we were like, oh no, we gotta park and ride. Like he's gonna come out, we're gonna meet him.
That's exactly what happened. I was totally focused on that. So we park, and then we hightail it to the area. Now, mind you, it's like what, 12 degrees outside? Like I think we all had like shorts and like a t-shirt on or something.
It was
Yeah.
February and it was cold.
Yeah.
It was really cold. So we got in line, and April, there was somebody in line, right? That you like had previous experience.
I forgot about that dude.
Oh, he's
Do you want to share a little bit about this creeper? Like, these are the people we have to deal with when we go out stalking. So like, you thought we were weird, right?
I had met this guy at a Kesha show at Kent State in 2016. So, like a little over 2 years from when we met Adam, and he was weird, and he was in line with his girlfriend, and he was fingering his girlfriend in line.
What?
And then he kept looking at me. I have 2 friends that can confirm this. They are witnesses. It was bizarre. And then we met him, well, I don't want to say met. We saw him, unfortunately, at another show, probably a couple months later, and we just avoided him. And when we were stalking Kesha that night, the night he fingered his girlfriend in front of us, quite a sight to see.
Memories.
Like, he was waiting with us, too, to meet her, and it was pouring rain, and I don't remember where I was, but I was, like, kind of by where they keep the trash, and there was a roof, and it was just me. Like, I was trying to stay dry. And then he came up to me and was just chilling with me under the roof, wasn't even trying to talk to me, and he left his girlfriend in the rain, and it was just a very uncomfortable situation. So this guy sees me and automatically, he just thinks we're friends off the bat when we're trying to meet Adam, and I don't think I said a word to him. I think he said, "Oh, hey," and tried to make talk with me, and I think I was really short. I think I just went, "Hi." I think he said, "I know you," and I said, "Yeah." I think it was something like that. And you all looked at me, and I was like, "I'll tell you about him later," which I did. But yeah, I forgot about that guy. Oh my god. I've seen him at a few shows, and I just don't know who does that. That's really weird.
It is.
I don't like PDA as it is.
Right, and then he kind of like tried to get you like involved by like locking eyes with you. He's like, look what I'm doing, you know, and you're
Yeah.
that was that.
on.
I had just met you guys, and I trusted you way more than I trusted him, obviously.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you wouldn't get in his car. Only ours.
Just
Yeah.
yeah. We saved the. No, I'm gonna say that. It's wrong. But,
Memory, I forgot about that.
yeah, I'm sure if you know him, you can imagine where I was going with that. Anyway, so we're in line, and how long did we wait? Like I felt like it was long, but it wasn't long.
No, it was like a half hour.
Well, we're
I
two.
think it was
two
a
of us were in a
45
car.
minutes each, so I was trying to find a picture I took after we met him, and I literally took a Snapchat of myself, and I captioned it, and we had met him after 12:05 a.m.
Oh,
Okay,
perfect.
nice.
And my caption is, "I met Adam Sandler at his hotel. I have reached a whole new level of stalker."
Yes, girl, we love it.
I wanted to find that before the video, so I wouldn't have to waste, 3 minutes digging in to my pictures to find that this podcast. So I think, because the show ended probably around 11, maybe it ended sooner, because I feel like we waited at least an hour between Playhouse and being at the hotel.
It was cold.
It was cold, and I remember we were like rotating, sitting in the car. Because
We
I
were,
remember I was
right.
going on Twitter, and someone tweeted that he was at Town Hall. That's how I knew he was not back to the hotel yet.
And I remember we were going to give it until 12 o'clock. That was our deadline. And then
Okay.
we saw on Twitter that he was
Yeah.
coming back, or he was leaving Town Hall. So then we all got out of the car,
Yeah.
we were ready to come back, and we were prepared.
Oh,
And
that's
we
right.
had to be first, because when we knew it wasn't going to be that long and we got out of the car, as soon as his like vehicle pulled up, that's when the e-bears for real made their mating call. Like
Came
that,
out
was
the
their
bears crossed
cars.
out. Yeah,
Because of the eBayers. It was a lot.
yeah.
They came out of nowhere.
Well, and I remember at one point, it was when we were waiting, and a car had left the hotel, and they thought it may have been Adam. So a few of the guys stayed in line, a few of them got in a car to follow that car, and then a few other ones got another car, and they kept looping the hotel.
You're right. I do remember that. And I remember at one point, yeah, because I think I went and got the car and I brought it right across. Because
Yeah.
I think they left, so it opened up like a spot, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I grabbed that, and then that's when we were switching
Yeah.
back. And actually, literally, as soon as we got in the car, I feel like he pulled up. Like we didn't have much time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I feel like we scrambled. And then you ran to Rob, Lauren. And then I think you were fumbling to try and get an autograph.
Right. So, okay, so the car pulls up. I think
Right.
Adam comes out first, and he's just like, pretty much I think he told everyone to like, don't worry, like we're gonna take pictures or something, like everyone just called him fuck down. So I think he came over and we're just like very like, this is cool, this is happening, like I think he's gonna sign for everybody. And there wasn't like a lot of people, you know. So I think it gets to me and I literally have stuff. Like I just have bags and I don't even know, none of it's even important. So I go to get something for him to sign, he signs it, and the wind, I believe, takes it, and it like falls out of my hand, and it goes like flying across, you know, the area, like the hotel, like outside lobby area. And he just looked at me, and I was like, I don't know what's going on, you know. So I go under the barrier, and I'm like trying to get like my things like floppy, and like keeps going. It's like one of those like movies where you're trying to like catch like the note, like the love note, and like you go to get it, and it just like whoosh, just keeps going, and I'm like, this is cute, you know. So thank God there was a wall there, right? Because the thing just like smashed up against the wall. I'm like, this is cool, everything's cool. So I get that, but now I'm on like the other side of like the barrier, right? So like there's you guys, the peons, and like I'm over here with like the A-list celebrities, right? So I'm standing there, and I just happen to look like behind me, and Rob Schneider's just like standing all by himself, because everybody was all about Adam, right? Like nobody, I'm sure that people wanted, you know, Rob Schneider, but Adam was like the main focus. So I was just like, hey, like, could I get a selfie? And he's like, yeah, cool. You know, and he puts his like arm around me, and I'm like, oh, like all of a sudden, like I was like instant in love with this guy. I'm like, oh my God, I love this guy. And I think what did it is because I was so cold, like my hands are cold, and he grabbed like both of my hands in his hands, like like COVID, right? And he's just like, oh, they are cold, and he's like rubbing my hands. I'm like, oh my God, yeah, it was so cool. So we just like chilled, you know, we chilled for a minute, like, oh, you know, like we knew each other forever. And all of a sudden, Adam is getting ready to leave, and I never got a picture with him. I just had like the dramatic like signature, and then I had to go like scurrying away to like chase after it. So I finally got the autograph with him, and he looks like he like hates the world. But I think that's how he looked in everybody's photo. It was like he hated everybody.
Right.
I was really mad in my photo.
But it worked out. But that was my story. I was too busy, you know, trying to save face on this end. So what happened on your guys' end? Like after I like walked away?
Well, I remember I think I was selfieing with Adam, or Shari was selfieing with Adam, and I just see you over like between their shoulders, like talking to Rob, and I was like, oh, Lauren's getting Rob, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I think
and we're like, she can't miss Adam.
Right. So we were like, we just gotta get Adam. But that's like when, right before that is when the paper was flying, I think, and then you ran over to Rob.
Yeah.
I was like, can I come home with you?
Yeah. It was exciting. So Jenna, did you get a selfie with Adam?
I got a selfie with Adam. I don't think I got one with Rob, but he scurried away pretty fast.
Well, as far as I know, Rob was there like the whole time. I think he might have snuck out like before or after when Adam came out. So there was all the Adam commotion, and then he was literally like, he was off to the side and behind. And I don't know if you could have seen him from like where we were standing, you know, because he was like, this is us, and he was like over here.
I didn't see him individually. I saw you with him.
Okay.
So I mean, that's what counts, though.
So then, Shari, you got the autograph and you got the selfie, right?
Yes, I did.
Good. And April, you said you didn't like your selfie?
I just got a selfie, and it was all very quick. And yeah, I mean, I think I got 2 or 3, but it's just snippets of him. It's just like snippets of his face turning, and the one he's making eye contact in the camera, and he's so fed up with me and sick of my shit.
One more.
But it's fine.
It's fine.
It counts. So
Definitely.
yeah, that was definitely like probably one of the better experiences, because it was almost like for me it was like a 2-for-1 deal. And then Adam, he's definitely been around for a while, and he's very well known, and he's super funny, and he's a great actor. And very nice, right? He didn't have to come over and sign or to do anything because it was right. So it's after midnight.
Mm-hmm.
He already had his show. They went out to dinner. Usually, like after that, like you're just like done. Like I don't want to deal with anybody. And he did, so that was cool. And Shari, like you said, I think in our last episode, how when we met Tracy Morgan and Artie, it was like 3 minutes, right?
Yeah.
The process didn't last that long. I think it was just, it was under, I'm gonna say under 10 minutes. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But
And he brought his
quick,
own
you know?
Sharpie too. I think when he came out, didn't he have his own Sharpie?
I think you might be right. I think he was prepared.
Yeah, I think so. They probably knew. Well, I'm
When
sure
they're
like
prepared.
the staff at the hotel probably notified his driver, like, you got a bunch of strays out here waiting for you, and you know, like which entrance do you want? Do you want to come in where they are? Do you want to like sneak in through Tower City? I don't know. So he's probably like, no, I don't care. You know,
Just
bring them to
yeah.
town hall. Yeah, send them out.
Yeah. Because he does his like a turkey voice or whatever. I don't know what he does.
Yeah.
Really short and sweet. I remember him coming out and just saying, "Hey guys, what's up?" Something really simple, and he just started signing. And again, selfies. I don't even know if I call him selfies because he glances for a second, and that was it. It happened so quickly, and then all the eBayers were just like their arms were in my face trying to get their crap
so
autographed. It was overwhelming. It was a lot.
Yeah.
And as soon as he pulled up, I remember, like you said, everyone getting out of a car, showing up, running down the street out of the blue, just to come and meet Adam.
Right, yeah, they like came out of the sewers of Cleveland. All those people gave him a boost, like, he's coming!
Here.
He's here!
Yeah. No, it was a good night. And then, so we drive April back. You know, we take you back to your car.
I got your
And-
numbers, and we
I was-
planned the next stock.
I was gonna say, I think at this point we were just like, we like poked our fingers and like blood, and we were just like together forever, you know. But, so yeah, that was a good evening,
And now we have April.
and now we have April. She has us. It's great.
Part of this.
Yeah. So then there was after that main one. Then, like you guys said, then we tried to. Well, they're first talking. Might as well get you involved. So what was the next event that we tried to do together? Was that? Are you looking at your notes?
I'm gonna go through my Instagram.
Right.
When was Philip Phillips?
That was more recent.
That was our last one.
That was
I
our
know,
last
right?
At,
Oh no.
is that
Music class.
Music class?
Oh, okay. I was there, right?
Yes, you were.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it
that's
was
what
so
you
long
guys
ago.
don't want to do
That was the
selfies anymore.
first and last time we were all together after Adam, because Lauren and I tried to meet David Archuleta together, and it didn't happen. And then I met Ellie Nagy with Shari only. And then I met Andy Grammer with Shari and Jenna, and I don't think you were there, Lauren.
I don't think so.
I'm going through my notes. I'm trying to remember.
So the David Archuleta at Beechwood, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we were all gonna go. Shari ended up having something to do, so couldn't
I
make
was
it,
there
right?
during the day.
Okay.
I think I didn't work that day.
Oh no, we had the pretzel guy. Sorry, I'm getting off.
Oh, the pretzel guy, Leslie Baker from The Office.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
that's
at
when we were at Pizza
Yeah, he
together.
was at Beechwood Mall. Yeah, and it was pretzel day, so everyone got free pretzels. And I remember we waited like three and a half hours at the mall.
Yeah.
Forever.
That was
That's
ridiculous.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bummed I missed that one. I don't know what I was doing. I was probably like in bed.
September
What?
28th, 2019.
Nice. Yeah. So David Archuleta, I remember I got there. You showed up a little bit later, but then you had to leave because you had a thing. I think you had like a dinner date or something, so you had to go.
Because I ended up going back to the show, and then I was there with my friend afterwards, but he never came out. And then I checked out David's Instagram. He came out at like 2:30 a.m.
Ugh.
I was asleep.
Oh. Yeah. When I was
What are
waiting
you doing? Is
for
even warm to drink?
I think it was just me, and there was a couple people waiting, and they had, because they had all these to go to the show, and where I was standing, he actually came out. He came on the bus, so he was in the bus the whole time when you were there, and he never came out. You left, and I'm like, I'll give it like another whatever. And where the bus was, I'm like, well, I should be able to see him. I was here, but then I moved back. Long story short, he popped out. There was a woman sitting in her car here. She saw the whole thing, right? Because she just like, got out. And I remember looking at her and her being like, oh, hey, you know, like waving. And I'm like, what's that should do? And by the time like I realized what like happened, I think I ran over and I saw like his beehole like round the corner. And the woman's like, yeah, that was David. I'm like, God, son of a bitch. And I drove home sad. That was that experience.
So is where does he place on the list now? Is he a comeback again?
Yeah.
You know,
I would think so, because we don't know. Like maybe he didn't see us standing there waiting. Like I don't think he purposely. I don't know.
I mean,
I would give
2:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's old. I mean, I don't know. I would give him one more shot.
Would too. It's David Archuleta.
Yeah.
Not like Howie tried for Howie and he just ignored us.
Howie.
You see, Howie Mandel.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
put
I
him
think
on the comeback.
Yeah, if he comes
David
back.
during the comeback.
Because it's not like he made eye contact with us and was just like,
You're dead to me.
you know, so.
Right.
That was okay. So then you guys, so Allie and AJ, you said you did the did I say that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alex and EJ from Disney Channel. I remember we were by the fence and I don't think they came our way. They walked another way and then they were just casually walking down East
They
4th
walked
Street.
by East 4.
Sherry and I just started
Right.
running.
Yeah.
As soon as we
Right.
saw them going the opposite way. And it
Yeah.
wasn't a really big group. I think it was maybe 10, 15 people.
Yeah, well, because the people who were back there with us were just like, they didn't know what to do because they did not come over to us. And I was like, oh, hell no. So I was like, we ran around that corner and then, you know,
Where did
we
they
see
go?
them walking.
That way?
They walked past Ballet, cut
Ballet,
to East
okay.
4th, and then, you know, we kind of did one of these and we're like, oh, hey.
Oh,
Yeah.
like oops, like you bump into them. Like,
Like running into you here.
Yeah.
that's like my.
They were actually really nice though. Like they didn't push us away. Like I wouldn't say they wanted to meet people because they did go the opposite direction, but they didn't avoid people. And I had saw them the summer before that, and I thanked them for playing one of their songs that they didn't play at their previous show. And I was like, oh, this song always meant a lot to me, and it still does. And they literally said at the same time, it was weird. Oh, we love playing that song.
Oh, yeah.
Sister thing. It was really weird, but. Yeah, and then the photo I had with them, I look way too happy. Like, my eyes are so big 'cause I'm so happy to meet some childhood stars.
Like cracked out.
Do you remember the homeless lady that asked one of them for money when we were taking pictures? What? She's like, you got any spare change? So I grew up thinking these, and they laughed. They laughed.
Aww.
Because I laughed, and I'm like, uh-oh, they're probably those people where if like someone laughs at something awkward like that, they laugh too.
So was that after their show you caught them?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't too late either. I think it was probably around 11-ish.
Well, because April, we did our research. Remember, we were creeping on their Instagram, and I think you were asking people how long did it take for them to come out? What time did they come out?
I think I was asking what time they came out on all of
I'm
these
pretty sure she
posts
does
that-
that for everybody we're trying to
Yeah.
meet.
I think
I don't know. I texted you about it. I'm like, oh, you're asking now, like this person, what time they came out? You're like, I'm embarrassed.
got it there.
Ugh.
You got to do your research, though.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Well, and it's panned out many times, right? The research. Like I don't know how many
for
times it's
sure.
like saved us.
Oh, that's how we met Bananas from the real world through social media. So,
Oh,
it's like you're gonna tag your location. We're gonna come find you.
That's one of our future podcasts, isn't it? Celebrities that literally tell us where they are.
I
yeah.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whether they mean to or not.
Right. If you put it on your story.
Yeah.
Us crazy ladies are gonna come find you.
Right.
Right. We just put our notifications on like that day if they're in town, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Beep, boop,
I don't know. But yeah, Allie and AJ, but that was good. That was a comeback one for us because do you remember in the summer when it was like 105 degrees, we waited outside for them all day and they did not come out?
Were they the ones that were taking like 400 like selfies
Yes.
with each other?
Yeah,
Okay.
they were like jumping up in the air and taking selfies with the background of a crumbling building and homeless tea in the background. Homeless tea.
You guys,
That's probably why they were jumping. Like, oh, tea!
it was bad. It was bad. What was that, April?
You guys stalked them during the day before the show, right?
Yeah.
Because I went to that show, so I stalked them at night. So just kind of funny because we were both kind of there around the same time. I mean, you were there a little bit earlier than I was, obviously, but we both had the same intentions, and we hadn't met each other yet.
Right.
And you didn't get to meet them that night, correct? Or you did? No?
I did not meet them that night. No, they didn't come out.
Yeah, that's why we were hesitant about going back. But then when we crept Instagram
We
and
saw them
saw
on
that they were
Instagram.
taking selfies, we were like, oh, so now they're doing it. Now they want to meet their fans. So
So wait, so I gotta rewind for a second here. April, did you meet Kesha in 2016?
I did.
We tried to stalk her when she was at, where was she, Shari? Recently.
House of Blues.
No,
Oh,
after
Akron.
that. Akron, wherever. And we waited outside for her.
No, Lakewood High School.
Oh, I was there too that night.
What?
See, all the places we've been to at the same time, and we hadn't met yet. Just perfect examples of that. Yeah, she didn't come out that night, and it was because when I met her, it was before she came out with her new album, and she hadn't released music in years. So that show was after the album, and she was kind of blowing up again and was really big, which is odd because she played at a high school, and I still don't understand why.
Yeah.
But it was weird. But she did not come out that night. I was disappointed. But meeting her in 2016 is one of my favorite stories to share. So we can do that later or whenever you want in this podcast.
Okay.
Actually, I think we got some time. If you want to go into it, we'd love to hear the.
Okay. So I met her in August 2016, and I was at House of Blues. I waited till 1 a.m. to meet her. And she came out, and there were probably 40, 50 people. It was a big group of people that wanted to meet her. And she literally said, I'm going to meet every single one of you. She pointed at everybody, tried to make eye contact with a ton of us, and like made it clear she wanted to talk to us and meet us. And then there was a sketchy guy in the street. And so then her management team and her security team forced her to go into a car. And then she said, I promised them I would meet them. I am going to meet them. And she was standing up for herself and basically told them to hop off. So then they put her in the car, and I literally was like, I'll take a bullet for Kesha. I don't care. Like, this is happening. She's like 40 feet in front of me. Oh my God. Hardcore fangirling. And then she came out of the car, 5-10 minutes later, and then one of her managers said, hey guys, so Kesha really wants to meet all of you. I just want you guys to get in a single file line, and we're going to take you backstage where you can meet Kesha in a safe place. Then I really hardcore fangirled. Even more. I cannot believe it. So yeah, she met everybody, single file line. Everybody cooperated too and listened. Like people weren't fighting or getting all jumbled together like how it typically goes. And I got to meet her. And then I met her a month later, and it was actually at that Ked show where that guy was fingering his girlfriend. But I didn't get a picture with her because it was pouring rain, but she came out of the car to hug everybody waiting for her in the rain. And then she did sign our photo. So she's really humble, and she just really cares about her fans. Like, she literally told her security off so she can meet all of us. And it was a big group of people. It probably took her an hour to meet everybody.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
She gets it from her mom, I have to say, because we met Mama Kesha in Pittsburgh.
We
Pride,
did.
right?
We did, yeah. We have a picture.
Oh yeah,
selfie
we
with
have
Mama
the,
Kesha.
we have the big banner on our wall too from that
Yeah.
Pride.
Yeah, we have
got it somehow.
a larger than life size banner of Kesha in our apartment. And we brought it with us downtown to the show that you met her at, but she just didn't come out during the day. So we were just standing outside holding this banner, and like all these people, including the homeless, were like, oh, let's take a picture with that. So we're just holding the banner like, okay, take a picture of my banner. Can the next person that asks be Kesha? Like, let me take a picture of myself.
That's crazy. It's crazy. So April, do you have a stalk that maybe didn't go so well? Like you were like super excited for, but then it was like a letdown, or some like asshole celebrity that just.
Yeah, I can think of one, but I didn't get to meet him, which is why it was so bad. But it was also just their approach. It was that country act, Dan and Shay. and this was, so they're bigger now, but they had opened for Hunter Hayes, and they played at House of Blues, and it was their very first headlining tour. This is probably 2015, I think. I don't know how I remember these dates and years so well. So they were really underrated, and there were literally 5 of us waiting outside the bus, and they came out and saw us, and they just went in the bus, did not give a shit about us. And I still listen to their music, but I will never go see them, and I just kind of cringe now. And when they win CMAs or Grammys, I cringe, because this is when they were nobodies and they were being so cocky. And I remember we saw like good-looking girls get off and on the bus, so who knows what they were up to. But yeah, I lost a little respect, and this was early on in their music career, so that's one that didn't go well. And it wasn't just because I didn't get to meet them, but just like their approach and how they handled it. They just kind of had that attitude of, oh, I want nothing to do with those people that buy my music and support me.
Right.
Yeah, that would definitely put a sour taste in my mouth too, because there's celebrities where you go and you don't meet them, but maybe they wave at you, or they give you like a thumbs up, or they're like, sorry, like
acknowledge you.
Right.
Just
like, oh, okay.
It wasn't freezing, but it was still cold. It was still winter, and we were still waiting. I think we only waited an hour or so, and then after that, we left. We didn't try to fight for them.
You should have knocked on their door. Like, excuse me. Hi. Can you come out to play?
We're out here. Yeah.
I have done that before.
What? Tell us.
It wasn't when the artist was in there, but it was for, she's my favorite female artist. Her name's Marina, and she's from the UK, and she came to House of Blues. This was summer 2015 as well. And it was pouring rain. We had been waiting for over an hour, and there was no sign of her, and people were saying she wasn't going to be coming out. And I had a present for her, actually. So my friend and I, we just went to the bus and we knocked on the door, and then he opened the door because I'm a pussy. I couldn't do it. We opened the door and I just throw the gift bag in there, and there's just this guy eating Chinese food. He does a double take and looks at me, and then we shut the door, and then we start laughing and we're frozen. This guy immediately opens the door and goes, "What are you guys doing?" And I go, "I have a present for Marina, and I'd really appreciate it if you gave it to her." And he goes, "You know what you just did was really stupid, right?" And I'm just frozen in fear, and I go, "Yeah, but can you give it to Marina?"
Boy, the door was unlocked?
Yeah, it was unlocked.
And I would have been like, you know what you did was really stupid. Leave the door unlocked.
Life is short, and so the bus driver just looks at me, shakes his head and sighs, and says, "Yeah, I can give it to her." I'll never know if she actually got it. I was hoping she would tweet about it or put it on her Instagram, and she didn't, but it's fine. It's still a good story to tell. But yeah, I didn't get to see the artist, but yeah, it was unlocked.
Well, that's their fault.
Right.
Yeah, that is weird, because normally, like, when we're watching, like, the buses, like, when they get off, they're literally, like, locked. They're like,
yeah.
Right. Like,
I should have went in there. I should have acted like I worked with House of Blues or something and been like, "Is Marina on the bus yet?" "Oh, no, okay," and then just gotten off casually. I should have done that.
Yeah.
Like, I have this gift from somebody out here. I need to give her.
You know what? Next time we just carry around Chinese food with us and be like, "Oh, you already got your food? Okay." My bad.
That's good.
There's a Chipotle right around the corner, too. We can get him Chipotle or something. We can make that work. Yeah, good strategy.
Yeah. No, yeah, we have to come up with like little tricks, you know, to help.
A fake lanyard that says Live Nation on it or something.
Yeah.
So we could totally do that, and then we could like get shirts from like Michael's, and like just my aunt has a Cricut. She can make us official House of Blue shirts.
Right.
And then we go to jail. Like,
Just a pink shirt that says security on the back.
Yeah.
Wow.
We saw your podcast. We were quite ready for you guys to show up in your fake polos and your lanyards.
Right. Sure.
Well, this was fun. April, is there anything else you'd like to share, or any goodies?
I think I shared some key highlights, and I'm sure there will be more that I'll have the opportunity to share.
Yeah, absolutely. We, plan on keeping this podcast going for like a minute. So once, we're able to approach people out in
The
public.
physical meeting.
Yeah, the stalking's definitely, it's gonna keep taking place, and we're gonna keep hanging out. So there'll be plenty more stories for sure. And get you on.
Yeah, we'll have some face shields on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we may have to adapt, and we'll do it. We'll make sure.
Will you sign my face shield?
You're right.
Dude, I'm totally getting
I'm gonna have like
shield
a-
now instead of a mask so I
Yeah.
can see my face in the picture.
I'm gonna have like a broomstick, like with a piece of paper wrapped around it. Like, you sign this, send it back.
What are
You
those?
just like whip a
grabber-
red.
Right. Right. No more selfies. It's gonna have to be like my digi. We're gonna have to bring the digi back for like that wide range, so you could get everybody in the photo.
What is that?
Like my digi camera. Like you're gonna. Yeah, selfie stick.
Oh,
So,
Okay.
the part, that's gonna be awkward.
Yeah.
And that's even. I mean, I'm hoping that people will still take pictures and stuff, but
Oh, I hope.
that is weird. And because I still get like hilarities, like emails, and it looks like they're still doing shows.
they are.
So I wonder like how they what their rules are. If it's just like show's over,
You go.
get out.
Well, they probably like let people go a little bit at a time. I'm
Okay.
thinking like they probably say like these 2 tables you guys had. I think it's all staggered. I don't think that they would allow people to hang out back there like it used to be.
Yeah.
Like it used to be when we didn't even go to like the show and we would just run in through the back door and get in line to meet people.
You're just like, oh hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, hilarities was easy. Like once you just walk in because it's a restaurant too. So you're like, oh, I'm just gonna get something to eat, and then you like go running down the stairs real quick, you're like, before they can catch you, and then you like
Yeah.
hide in the crowd of people, and you're just like, oh, hey, I was here all night.
Your show was so good. It was so funny.
It was so fun.
Oh man, I can't.
I can't
Right
think of one. It was so good. All of it.
All of it. I laughed all night.
That was the cheeky balls at all.
Yeah. It's fun. So Shari, we didn't discuss this, but what's your next episode be about? We have so many topics.
I know. Well, I mean, if April wants to come back, we can always do the American Idol edition because we can pull in Philip. He was a part of that crew.
Yeah. So
And
we
then
didn't talk
Jenna,
about that
If
today.
you want to come back for Lead Wise, when we saw him literally drive himself to a show and we just walked right up next to him and escorted him out of the driver's side.
Right.
Okay. So so next time we'll do you said American Idol. So we'll bring in all
I
our.
think so. Because we
American
got
Idol.
the Kelly
we have to
Clarkson
talk about Kelly
experience.
Clarkson. We had
Yeah, we have a lot of American Idols. And we wrote, and Daughtry, we wrote the list down somewhere, Lauren, of all the idols.
I met Daughtry. I think you guys were probably at that show too, like meeting him. And what year did you guys meet Daughtry? Or was it?
Was that
It was 2016 at Roxino.
Okay, I met him in 2014, but I guess I can add to that too. I was trying to think about other American Idol
Well,
people like that.
Was that at House of Blues? Because Lauren and I tried to meet him there before the show.
It
in
was at House of
2016.
Blues, and it was afterwards. Yeah, I was freezing.
We saw him inside, like, meeting people before the show, so we were, like, creeping from the window.
Really?
Yeah.
What's funny is I was first in line for his show, freezing my ass off.
Oh.
So you were probably standing like right there while we were just like.
we were creeping through the window.
Yeah. They're probably like, excuse us.
Coming through.
I probably thought you guys were gonna cut me in line. I probably would have told you guys off.
Yeah. You're like, we're not going to the show, we're just looking through the window.
Yeah. No, mine does. Yeah.
Right now.
All right, American Idol.
American
Yeah.
Idol. So yeah, start doing your research, getting your pictures, your notes, your dates, which you somehow have. I
Very
in your brain already.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that.
Well, thank you guys for having me. This was great.
You're welcome.
I got to share my stories on this podcast with you guys. And I'm happy we met through our love of music and stalking people.
Yes, we sound crazy, but we're really not.
Yes.
So let's.
And that's just to another idea, Lauren. We need to have people who we've like met and kept from stalking like April and like Fred, and then we need to talk about like the crazies that we've met from stalking. That was just like a one and done. Like that, no.
Yeah, because actually April, we won't touch too much on it, but that night we were
talking about.
Yeah, and then and I'm glad because you ended up picking us. I think over.
Oh, I chose you guys immediately.
Yep. It's a good time. You did the right choice.
I just immediately trusted you more than them, and I didn't even know what the tension was about. But yes, we will get into that next episode.
Yeah. We need another code name like Voldemort or something for that.
Hoes and hoes.
Voldemort.
That's crazy. But yeah, so thanks again, April, for coming on. Jenna, it was a nice surprise having you on as well. Thank you. Shari, always a pleasure. This was a lot of fun.
Tell me when to tune in next time for another podcast, and I'll be there.
Yay! Yeah, we can try to do this more frequently. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, thanks everybody, and we'll stalk you later.
Talk to you later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, let me stop the recording.
Can you hold like that? I need a picture.
Wait, save this.